Hello and welcome to another Fresh Off the Stalls. It's been a long time, but I'm back. I'm here in a rather kind of posh setting of the Bedford. So I'm here at Theatre N16. It's not in N16, it's in Balham. Go figure. But I've been here tonight to see something called The Rules of Inflation, and I think it's probably going to make more sense to go through this fun little party bag that they've given me at the production than it is to actually review it, and possibly a lot easier as well. So I've got in here, I've got a stolen Sharpie. I really should give that back, they're expensive. What else is here? Got some little pom-poms, aren't they cute? Love hearts, oh, and a balloon, love hearts. Yeah, so what I've just been to see has been fucking nuts, and I have no idea what to say about it. It is possibly one of the most bizarre things I have seen in a long time, and I've seen some weird stuff in my time. So this is supposedly supposed to be something about politics, and I think this is my biggest criticism of everything, is that I haven't quite gotten what they're trying to say. I think I have a vague idea of what they're trying to say with it, but hasn't really come across that well. But it's certainly, what I will say is, it's certainly balls out nuts. It's different, it's really pushing something. But yeah, it's crazy, it's uncomfortable, it's bizarre, and that is actually what keeps you involved throughout the entire thing. I certainly can't say I was disengaged, I was bored or anything. The entire thing was just absolutely crazy. So, yeah. The cast, who I don't have a list for, it's in an email somewhere, were really good. Some wonderful little nuances that if you picked up on, actually quite interesting performances, interesting how they portray their different characters. And the thing is, the whole thing about this, there are so many little things that if you pick up on are really quite powerful. It's just that put together as a whole, it's really bizarre. Things I like is nice things like mopping up some fake sick with a Union Jack. Don't tell Nigel Farage. But yeah, this is going to be a really difficult to review to write. It's a difficult one to talk about it on camera. Let's see if we can get some. Let's see if the love hearts will tell us anything new or different, or I can't even get them out, or actually something that actually makes sense. Dear one, I don't know about someone, I don't know. So yeah, Rules of Inflation, really bold, out there theatre. Sorry, I shouldn't talk with my mouth full. I would say certainly come and see it, even though it's completely off the charts. I thought something Lazarus the other week was pretty out there, pretty wild. This is something else. And as much as I can criticise it for not being clear in the message just getting across, as much as it's really uncomfortable at points. I mean, like, really don't want to be there. It's the whole premise is kind of this nightmarish children's party officiated by some sort of Rolf Harris-esque person. You probably won't get what I mean by that. If you see the show, you'll certainly know what I mean by that. It's not nice, it's not pretty. But I suppose the whole point of it is kind of like, it's a funhouse mirror to politics. It's supposed to make you feel uncomfortable. I think it's supposed to make you feel weird. It's supposed to really boggle you. But I love stuff like this on the fringe. But the fact that even if you don't quite come away from it knowing what you're supposed to think or thinking it was brilliant, you've been to see something completely different. I think that's something in itself is actually a real positive. Then there's clearly a lot of thought that's gone into this, even though it's really discombobulating. Did I say discombobulating already? I don't know. I've lost my mind. More wine. More wine. My problem is I'm not sure if it's trying to say too little or trying to say much or trying to say anything at all. But I love the fact that it leaves you guessing. It's actually, in that sense, it's a very provocative piece. I'm going going to go. I'm going to drink some more wine. I'm going to finish on my love hearts. Tasty, tasty. I'm going to blow up my balloon again. I'm going to annoy the entire pub, and then I'm going to go home and see if I can make sense of any of this in the morning. So, hopefully my next office tour will be from a show which I can actually fathom. But at the same time, I'm kind of on a high, because this is something really, really out there and quite exciting, even though I have no idea what to think of it. So, rules of inflation: theatre N16 in Balham, not an N16. Don't go to N16. There's no theatre there anymore. It's blown up. I don't know what's happened to it. I don't care, to be honest, because it's here now in Balham at the Bedford. So I'm going to go before I make even less sense in the play. Okay, goodbye.